My name is Nicole Riccozzi. I've been a teacher for 25 years. I teach U.S. history, world history, and psychology currently. The thing about Columbine that I experienced, and I think a lot of people experienced, and the response reflected, was that this was an aberration, that this was so outside the pale of educational experience, that the response, at least institutionally, there was no real response. I think, firstly, access to weapons, semi-automatic weapons, and weapons that can be made automatic weapons has increased this experience. We've always had people experiencing and existing in these states within our public educational system. What makes it dangerous is that they have access to weapons to hurt people. If you were, if you had an asocial personality disorder and you were experiencing some sort of psychotic break, in the past you might hit them with a rock, but you couldn't hit 42 people with a rock. The reality is this: if you increase the number of armed people within any environment, you increase the potential for greater violence. The day they give me a gun for my classroom will be the last day I walk into a classroom.
My name is Tiffany LaCouf-Benz, and I am a second grade teacher. Felt like most everybody else, shocked that this had happened. It's shocking to me to think that children can be so, that anyone can be so callous to think that solving any of their problems would be best suited by coming in and shooting randomly at people. Like, what were the signs? Did these children show things when they were younger that we as elementary school teachers perhaps could have been instrumental in identifying, or, are there signs we should be looking for? How do we know? And what is our role in all of that? And I said to you earlier, it's my job to keep them safe, and I will do the best that I can. But I am not a trained weapons expert, nor am I trained to manage myself and my response in hostile situations like that. That's for law enforcement.
My name is Robert LaCouf. I'm a police officer / evidence tech for the City of Southfield Police. Big concern of ours would have been copycats in regards to the particular incident. So of course, areas of high alert would have been local schools, synagogues, churches, and the like. At that particular time, police departments weren't issued patrol rifles or semi-auto rifles. We had shotguns, handguns, sidearms. There were still revolvers that were being utilized out on the street at the time. So we didn't have the type of equipment that was necessary to combat someone. In essence, the bad guys were better armed than the policemen were at that particular time. If you had mentioned active shooter back in 1994, no one would have known what you were asking about. Pre-Columbine, I think the mindset was safety in numbers and to wait to band together before entering a building or a structure and going after the actual active shooter. Whereas today we teach, if necessary, for the individual officer to go in alone, because every second counts in regards to responding to that active shooter. Guns are great in the right hands of those individuals that are properly trained. I don't know how I feel specifically about arming teachers within the classroom. It's more important to keep staff up to snuff on training and how to respond, such as an incident, an active shooting incident, and how to secure the location. And I think that's a huge problem right now too, is securing the schools once the day begins. There's so much traffic in and out of schools, it's nearly impossible to lock down a school once activities begin for the day.